Hi, this is Rayburn Hare. Join with me, Life. I'm continuing a study, maybe, on Colossians chapter 3. And I introduced it in the last session, so this is session 2. If you'll maybe just kind of follow it in progression. Try to keep it about 5 minutes each session. We'll see how many goes, 3 or 4. But I asked the question, as Paul does in Colossians chapter 3 verse 1, therefore, if you've been raised with Christ, then keep seeking things above, where Christ is. Seeking Him. You hear me say that a lot. That I'm seeking the Father, based on Matthew 6:33. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and His righteousness. And I keep seeking Him. I keep desperately seeking Him through His Word, through prayer. And as I do that, God works in my life. He is working in my life. If you're a believer in Jesus Christ, it will affect how you live. If it's not affecting how you live every day, seek that question. Ask that question. Because he says in verse 2 of Colossians 3 to set your mind on things above. He just said it in verse 1, keep seeking the things above. In verse 3 to verse 2 he says set your mind on things above. Now, there's a lot to say about that. But your mind, where is your mind? Is it in the world, on the world, of the world, seeking yourself, or are you seeking the Father? Because I can tell you from personal experience both sides of that. I really can. I know what it's like to seek the world. I know what it's like to have some of the world. I'm not proud of that. But I also know what it's like to seek the Father, and I'm learning that every single day, because the more I seek Him, the more I want Him. And the more real He becomes to me. The more He leads me, speaks to me. But in verse 3, he says, you have died, and your life is hidden with Christ in God. Now, I want to just try to. There's so much about this dying to self. I'm telling you, it's where it is. Jesus came to die so that we might live through Him. And as He died, and I trust Him, I can live. But it's only through Him. So when we have died, my life is in Him. Verse 4, he follows that up, says, when Christ, who is our life. And I replace that with mine. When Christ, who is my life. How many times this is Super Bowl week, by the way, February. The Chiefs are in the Super Bowl. Second time, back-to-back years. Not the second time, it's probably third or fourth time, but back-to-back years. I can't tell you the number of times I've heard players, well, the football, this is what I live for. Football is my life. Now, you might say that too. You might say, well, hey, the Chiefs are my life. The Royals, or sports, or Duke, or Carolina, or Kansas, or whoever. You might say sports is your life. Golf, the Masters, whatever. I'm saying that if it is, and you're missing. Because God says He is your life. Philippians chapter 1, 121, I think it is. Paul says, for to me to live is Christ. For to me Paul says, to live is Christ. That's my life, he says. Says it here, says it numerous places. Christ is our life. He's my life. Question is, are you going to allow him to live that life through you? Am I? It's what I'm desperately trying to learn, for Christ to live through me. The more of him and the less of me. That is the normal Christian life, and it is a process. Are you seeking the Father? Are you seeking those things which are above? Stay with me. We're going to continue on through this passage. This is Rayburn Hare, joined with me, Life.